said, we'll be back with more basketball content in regard to on the court later on in the week as things continue to play out. But for now, on the NBA side, that'll be it. I guess we'll actually go to the college side for now and just transition to that for the moment. The NCAA tournament's about to get underway. You guys are about to be tuned in to all of that by the time, for those watching on YouTube are watching now, things will be rolling out. I'm excited for the first round of the men's and women's tournaments. Looks like it's going to be a fun one on both sides. One might be more, for me, more entertaining than the men's side this year. Very excited for what's going on over there and hope for a lot of great matchups. Alec, which side do you want to start on with those?
We can start with the women.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So a lot of fun stuff going on over there. I'll go ahead and just have a picture of the bracket pulled up for the moment. And though we talked a lot about USC and UCLA, looking beyond them, do you have any pick, I guess, from afar of who you think might go all the way this year on the women's side?
Yeah, I actually did my bracket last night. I was saying it took me a minute for the men.
Sure.
For the women, I've been tuned in more than the men, honestly.
Same.
But yeah, I think for me, it's gonna be hard to beat Dawn Staley, man. Like they got a culture around there. They're undefeated. They don't have like some of the highest like scorers in the nation, but they have a really like deep, balanced team. And
Correct.
They know how to win. So I think they're for sure gonna be in it. And I can throw out my Final Four if you want. Yeah. So I have South Carolina, I have Stanford, I have Iowa, and I have UConn.
I like Stanford. I respect Stanford.
The thing for Stanford is they get to avoid some of those other teams. Like they get to avoid like the USCs and UConns, and
they're on this left side, correct? This bracket I found was small. They should be over here, aren't they?
They're in the, let's see what region.
Yeah, they're on this second Portland group. And as much as I do like Stanford, and again, respect them. We talked about the Pac-12 and what's going on with them. Definitely, they were the upper echelon of the Pac-12 all season long. If somehow a squad like Tennessee gets hot, if somehow even a squad like Utah gets hot, because we saw Utah in the Pac-12 at least make a couple good runs against a few squads. If they can get past, obviously, the Texas and Alabamas of that upper side. If they run into Stanford, I think it's very possible that Stanford can get upset, though they are a very talented team themselves. So definitely hear you in that. But yeah, it's going to be a dogfight for whoever comes out of that group there. So we'll be tuned in. But that's a tough call. That's a good one.
It is. And then just in terms of our LA squads, I got USC making a pretty solid run. I think I got them Elite Eight. I got them losing to UConn in the Elite Eight.
Okay.
And then UCLA, I have losing to LSU in the Sweet 16.
I have the same thing. I love UCLA. Respect the team.
That's 2-3 matchup, so it'll be a dogfight.
LSU is on a mission. I think they already were on a mission to begin with. Just hoping to continue to build on the success they've had over the last couple of years. But then the added fuel of what went on with South Carolina and that game, and they've been kind of on 10 since then and want to get their revenge on in that matchup. I think they will be a tough out for any squad. And if UCLA is in their way, that'll be a tough one for them. We'll be tuned in and see how it plays out.
Haley Van Lit's got a potential matchup with her former team in that second round. If Louisville and LSU advance, they'll play each other. So that would be an interesting one.
Speaking of matchup, we could get a USC Iowa matchup and finally get Juju versus Caitlin. Would love to see that, especially with this possibly being Caitlin's last year. I think she's going to be declaring. Seeing if we can finally get just one match between the two of them in this tournament would be amazing to see. So rooting for that. And team wise, I pick USC in that. I think my bracket I had the matchup playing out.
They met each other.
I think my bracket, I got to pull it up, but I kind of just did how I would want things to kind of play out, because obviously you said a lot of people talk, but I had the LSU versus UCLA matchup. I had the USC versus Iowa matchup, UConn, and I forgot who I had the matchup with at some point on that east side.
You have to play USC if USC makes it that far. So
I think they end up playing USC if they got that far. But So I want to see all the good matchups play out some kind of way. Let them. We don't want to have the the behind the scenes workings go on a little bit, but if they can push the button and make sure we get all these great matchups play out.
You don't even need that.
It'd be great to see. So that's how I put back together. And seeing this matchup, I think would be an all-time great one. And I would lean towards Juju and SC in that. I hope that happens. But good stuff for that down the line. What I wanted to do real quick with, as we said, by the time most folks watch this, games were getting underway. Just who are your? We'll start with the women's side. Who are your first round upsets that you already have penciled in for your bracket? We'll start on the women's side, then we'll go to the men's side.
That's one thing I was gonna say too. Like the women's tournament tends to go pretty high chalk.
Sure.
Even just looking at the percentages of like the past years.
Yeah.
It's pretty heavy chalk. I think I had maybe 1 or 2 upsets. I'm just going through real quick. I had our Wildcats. They're a play-in team, so they have to make it first. But they're playing Auburn. It looks like for the 11th seed.
That as well.
I had our Wildcats winning that first round game because I think with them, their record would be better if they were in a different conference because they played with a bunch of dogs in that Pac-12 conference.
Pac-12
and they beat a couple of those teams, even being in that tough conference. So I think they could get an upset in round 1. I had UNLV, the Running Rebels, beating Creighton. And I think that's it as far as upsets. Because 9-8, I don't really consider that a big discrepancy.
We just about on the same page then. The only upset I had, like you said, I had Arizona hopefully getting in and then getting past Syracuse in that first round. Anything else of note? Not really. It's a lot of chalk. Potentially Texas A&M over Nebraska, but that's a 6-11. Texas A&M is a respectable squad, obviously. It's all possible. So on the women's side, the top dogs, like I said, hopefully play out, and we get to see them all go advance as they need to, and we get those great matchups. On the men's side is where a lot of the upsets can happen. Going to that side, if you switch over, where you have upsets on the men's tournament.
I think I picked too many upsets, to be honest. Like I think I had like 2 or 3 12 seeds winning. Like it was bad in terms of upsets. Let me pull it up real quick. I think I had like off the top of my head, I know I had like James Madison winning in that first round. Duquesne over BYU, the 11th seed. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to say it, man.
I saw it. I'm like, I don't know how to say this, but whatever.
Maybe it is Duquesne. I don't know. Drake, of course, you know.
I figured you were gonna pick that one. Go ahead.
What else? GCU. I had
really?
GCU winning. Yeah.
Over where are they at? Where are they at?
Over St. Mary's. Good team, but
yeah, okay.
Oregon. I think they're hot coming off the tournament win, you know.
If you had 2 sure upsets that you if you had no matter what your bracket, if you made 25 brackets, you had this upset locked in. Who are your 2 upsets you have for this first weekend?
Guaranteed?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go New Mexico. And
okay.
Probably the first one I said, James Madison. I'll rock with James Madison.
I respect that. I think, and I should say this for those watching live. We have a challenge group on ESPN.
Oh yeah, for
LASR. You guys want to join?
You
in LASR, and that's a group there. The men's password is Bronny, all lowercase Bronny, and on the women's side, the password is Juju. So if you guys are watching right now and need a bracket to join, go on ESPN.
You see the USC bias.
Whatever. USC all the time out here, so it is what it is. Go on ESPN for brackets, join group. Type in LASR for both the men's and women's sides. Our name should pop up there. And the password on the men's side is Bronny. On the women's side is Juju. lowercase for both of those, and then we join those free and enter up to 10 brackets, whatever. It's just a fun one, just for the sake of it. But yeah, wanted to do that. Now back to these brackets. I hate to say it.
Please don't. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't say that's a lock. Come on. Have some pride. Have some pride, man.
I hate to say it, dog. I hate to say it, man. I haven't watched a whole lot of men's basketball. We talked about it. But all I wanted to see was on Selection Sunday, the reactions. That's all I needed to know.
Okay.
Long Beach State.
Hey man, they're a hungry team, man. Coach got fired like
they had Arizona, dog. They were like, "Oh, we're good. That's good."
Hey, Arizona might be in for a fight. Yeah, I don't think we lose first round 2 years in a row. I don't think they can do it 2 years in a row under Tommy Lloyd.
I'm taking the 15 seed, dog. Ooh. I love my squad. I think we need this wake up call just to put a little more oomph into our squad.
Wake up call. That's 2 years in a row for Tommy Lloyd. He'd be on the hot seat.
I hate for Tommy, but for the team. I think we need it. So
the team changed so much year to year.
I'm locking in Long Beach State. And if I'm wrong, then praise God. But I'm stamping Long Beach as one of my upsets for this weekend.
I can't do it. I thought about it for a split second, but I can't do it, man. They can't go out that sad. They already went out sad last year to Princeton. We've seen them lose to Buffalo a couple years ago too.
Anything is possible. Oh God.
My heart can't.
Oh gosh. Purely for entertainment on top of that one, my other pick is Morehead State over Illinois.
All right, man. You know better than the TNT set where they did like Morehead State, Longwood, Drake, all
Morehead State, Longwood, Drake.
Ridiculous.
Oh my God. So yeah, those are my two locks.
Who's Morehead State playing again? I know they're at 13 seed. Who's the 4?
Again?
Who's Morehead State playing?
Morehead State's the 14 seed playing Illinois.
Oh, okay.
Tomorrow at noon, early game. So
they legitimately could win that game. Like I know Illinois.
I'm saying. Lock it in. Lock it in, man. So yeah, those are my two. Outside of that, I freestyle for a lot of the rest of it, just for the sake of it. San Diego State could lose day one as well, or they could go all the way to the Final Four. Colorado could get in if they get in with the guy they have, who's a top draft pick. If he gets hot, they could upset some folks and make a little bit of a run.
Yeah.
Houston could go a long way, but they also get cold sometimes. From what I've seen from very afar, I could be completely wrong on that.
Their defense is elite, though.
Great defense, but they could get caught on the wrong day. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Duke seems great, but also seems soft. So hey,
Coach K ain't walking through that door anymore. So I don't know.
So anything's possible with these brackets, but I'll be tuned in and laughing the whole time, regardless of what happens.
Right.
I'm very excited.
Do not tail our picks. If you're a new viewer, do not tail our picks.
Tail our picks. Don't put no parlays down. We just told y'all about gambling. Don't put no parlays down. That's not what we said. This is only entertainment.
Correct.
Word to the kid Gowie. And excited for how all this is about to play out. So very fun stuff. Again, for all y'all watching, as some of y'all I see more folks tapping in. If you need a last minute group to join on ESPN, go to ESPN, type in LASR. On the men's side, the password is Bronny, all lowercase, one word, obviously. On the women's side, LASR as well as the group, and the password is Juju. You can join it, add as many brackets as you want, or I think 10's the max, whatever, but join it. We'll love to chat with y'all, and very fun stuff is on the way. So we'll continue to talk about it as the thing plays out, of course. These are our first round predictions as well. Did you give actually we'll talk about Final Four later on. Our predictions don't matter. But yeah, just fun stuff with all of that. yeah, I'm looking forward to all that's on the way. So good stuff on that regard. For those watching on YouTube, like we always say, make sure you follow the pod, subscribe to the show here on LA Sports Report. Like I still coming to you guys. Appreciate the love. And yeah, good stuff on the college side on that front.